Welcome to Minneapolis High School basketball here on 910KNA.com, as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8 in Minneapolis. Scott Osherman here, as well as Dale Leach and Mike Perry, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions getting ready to take on the Southeast of Saline Trojans. Mike Perry will have the call tonight. And Mike, it's exciting to see after the first game to pull away with a win, and we got a tough challenge tonight against the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Well, as Coach emphasized when we had him up here, the all-important first game of the season, big W for the ladies, especially to come out as cold as they did and fall behind double digits early in the game, then came back and got it close at halftime and just scorched them there in the third quarter with a 22-0 run. It's pretty impressive. Ball started going through the hoop, and as Dale always says, once it goes through a couple of times, it's catchy, and it did. They got on quite a roll.
And you get a little excitement, you get a little motivation, but a lot of that came from what I think was the defensive intensity.
Well, I think the key was, and I talked to Coach Weatherman before the game, and he alluded to the fact he had quickness and speed, and he was darn sure going to apply the full court pressure, and he did. He came out that second quarter, middle of the second quarter, and away they went, that 2-2-1 zone trap, and they created quite a few turnovers.
Yeah.
Which, you create those turnovers like that, that creates easy buckets on the offensive end, and all of a sudden Minneapolis had themselves a double-digit lead, and they expanded on that through the third quarter with a 22-0 run.
Yeah, and that whenever you can pull that away and run those numbers, it's a good chance that you're going to come away with a victory. And you called it early on. You felt like they were going to come away and pull that out. And they did a great job of staying with it and sticking to it. A lot of young girls on this squad that sometimes that can be a positive and a negative. It can be a positive because they don't know the difference that when you get down by that many points. And the negative is that sometimes that's the same thing. You get to the point that you get frustrated and what am I doing wrong?
Well, you look at the makeup of the two teams, and it looked to me obvious that Minneapolis was going to win the game, but you always worry about the shooting percentages in a big open court like this. It's tough to get a good feel for the depth perception out on the floor when you're looking back at the bleachers, and the bleachers are 40 feet on past. It's tough to get a feel for your range, and it's just tough shooting. I've seen some very good shooters in this facility just shoot dead cold all night long. But Minneapolis came out and really started putting it through the hoop.
Ryan Weedle very rarely had a good shooting game in here.
I was going to mention his name, but I wasn't going to because
not to put him down, but
he's the one I remember. He never liked shooting at that end of the court down there at all, and it's just a different perception of the surroundings. You're used to a small court and enclosed wall on the end, and you get used to it.
Well, in a larger venue like this, they pull the bleachers out. They do not for this tournament. And when you don't have the bleachers, that also, because you've got a good, I'm going to say 60, 70 feet to the wall, that's dead space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Well, I was really impressed with the intensity of the girls, and it's just like they flipped the switch. All of a sudden, they're ready to play, and Dale mentioned earlier, they started out pretty sluggish, but after they got going there in the second quarter, the intensity got a little more intense, and the girls got after it on the defensive end, which Scott mentioned created some nice turnovers and some easy buckets on the offensive end.
And we've got some young players. We start 3 freshmen, and those 3 freshmen get quite a bit of playing time, and then coming off the bench, 2 freshmen come quickly off the bench.
Yeah. Well, this will be the first of at least 3 meetings this year, Minneapolis and the Southeast of Saline, 2 times in league, and this tonight, and who knows what might happen in sub-state since we're both in. No, they aren't in our sub-state, are they?
No, they're 3A. They're 3A.
Yeah.
So.
As Scott mentioned, we started a junior, sophomore, and 3 freshmen, and right off the bench, the 6th and 7th man, I'm going to call him, but the girl off the bench is a couple of freshmen, and I was really impressed last night or night before last with Riley Baker with the intensity, athleticism that she presented out on the floor for the first time as a freshman. Dale mentioned it, and Coach Weatherman mentioned it that she could be the best athlete on the floor, and it showed last night.
Which shows a lot, considering you've got some pretty good talent out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did mention that he felt like as she matures and gets older, she's going to be a force to deal with.
Very active on the defensive end. She needs polishing on the offense, which all the freshmen do, but my gosh, when you can apply the pressure on the defensive end and really hold your own against some of the upperclassmen, and especially our league, the NCAA, and she'll get a little tougher draw here tonight against Southeast.
This is the 73rd game in the series between these two schools. Southeast leads 37 wins to 35 wins for the Lions. But they have beat the Lions the last 2 games in a row last year with a combination of Frost and Syme's gone.
Syme and Stein.
Syme and Stein
both
gone.
Yeah, but Stephanie Frost.
Frost is still here.
Still here.
One of the best lady post players in our neck of the woods that we've ever seen.
And at 5'10", you're going to have to watch her down low.
Rosner is her twin on the other side, and she is a very good ball player also.
So there's a lot of names that I recognize on this squad that had some experience on the floor last year. They went fairly deep last year, and a lot of these girls have some experience.
Well, they'll start 3 seniors and 2 sophomores here tonight.
Getting ready for the introductions here. Minneapolis in their road blue.
And Southeast of Saline in their home white. So the starting lineup I'll start out the starting lineup for the Southeast of Saline Trojans. A sophomore, 5'2", sophomore Christine Russell, followed by Sadie Rosner, a 5'7" senior. Stephanie Frost, a 5'10" senior. Shelby Sheets, another 5'3" sophomore. And Kaylee Rodriguez, a 5'6" senior. Now, I do know that they bring a couple players off the bench, and they do like to throw up the threes. I saw the stats in the paper, and they throw up quite a few threes.
They're not afraid to cut it loose. The Rodriguez girl is surprising. She's, I'm just going to say, a little heavy set, but she's got a nose for the ball, and when she's under the bucket, she is tough to defend.
Absolutely. Starting lineup for the Minneapolis Lions.
Minneapolis will start the same team they started last night as Kylie Gregg, Ashlyn Macy, Shay Shoemaker, and the 2 freshmen starters, Macy the freshman, but also Steinbrock and Page.
You look at that, and Shay Shoemaker's kind of filling a little bit different role this year. She played a little bit of post, dropped down and played some post the other night.
And Coach Weatherman had mentioned the fact that if Minneapolis does happen to get into foul trouble down low with the post player and Steinbrock, that Shay would have to move over and play some post, which she did last year, but it's not her natural position.
No.
Her shooting guard is her position. So
it's definitely her forte.
Shay with 20 points the other night.
So I didn't have sheets. I was guessing Sager was going to start his daughter, but I know she played last year, so she'll come off the bench and play quite a bit.
Yeah, I noticed that too. She played quite a bit as a freshman. They do have a couple freshmen. Brooke Wells is a freshman that she will get some playing time. She got some playing time the other night for Southeast. So both these squads will throw out some freshmen. Southeast Saline 12 on the bench. Minneapolis just suits up 10. Very similar. We only suited up 9 last year, I think, on the varsity.
Just a few.
So we're about ready to get started here as the Minneapolis Lady Lions in their traveling blue, as we said earlier, Southeast of Saline in their home white.
Well, if you haven't made it over to the blue and gold, it is a fun tournament. You can catch 3 or 4 games an evening, and we still have 2 more evenings of basketball. Minneapolis will play on Friday night. Girls will finish up, and the boys will finish up on Saturday. So we still have a lot more basketball here in the blue and gold. Frost will jump center here against Shoemaker, and Frost controls the tip. And they have numbers, and it goes off the hand of Rosner and out of bounds. And Southeast will apply full court pressure.
The paper made it sound like Southeast. That was their advantage, was the fact that they were able to apply the pressure and force some turnovers.
Gregg in the baseline, jump shot no good, and Frost with the rebound for Southeast. They're on the move. Page picks up the loose ball and the outlet to Shoemaker. And it's 2-on-2. She holds up, finds an open cutter on the other side. Page, a little chippy, it's up and in. And Minneapolis with the first bucket.
Nice job by Shea Shoemaker to get the assist there. It was a nice
Frost all the way into the paint. Shot is no good, and Shoemaker with the rebound from Minneapolis. 2-0 lead, Minneapolis. Macy with the ball now. Page, three-point shot, no good. And Frost with her second rebound of this game. And that will, I'm sure she'll get into double figures before it's over with in both points and rebounds. There's bad pass by, I think it was Russell, and it goes out of bounds as Rosner was not able to get to it. Full court pressure by both teams. Southeast, three-quarter court, Minneapolis throw it in. Shoemaker, now we have numbers all of a sudden. They get back. That's a blocking foul on Frost.
We'll take that.
We'll take that, because that could have, if he could have, he may have thrown an elbow on that. Shea did throw a little bit of elbow on that, but she did not have position to start with. So
Steinbrock cannot keep her feet, and it's a tie-up. Frost jumps on it, and it's possession arrow to Minneapolis. And we'll play it in under her own bucket. Page to throw it in. Way out front to Shoemaker as we play it in. Man-to-man defense by Southeast. Shea tries to spin move and loses control. Gregg rescues it now. Page with a shot from the elbow, no good.
Traveling, no call on the rebound.
Now Frost, layup, it's good, and she will get the and one as Shoemaker gets the arm on the layup. Should have just let her have it. 2-2, Southeast. Stephanie Frost at the free throw line to try and get that three-point play. Short off the front of the rim, and Shoemaker with the rebound, and Southeast with the steal. Lackluster outlet pass, and the bank shot, no good. Frost with an offensive rebound, bank shot. See how nice a shot she has off the glass?
no, she does.
Now one-on-one, Page against Frost, layup. She missed 2 or 3 the other night, and there's another one. Now they're all alone. Gregg gets back on defense. Jump shot from the wing, no good. That's Sheets. Now Steinbrock had a hand on it, and Frost gets back on defense to tip it out of there, and both teams look like they are getting ready to substitute.
Wear themselves out quick.
Southeast
Fast
is
break back and
second
forth.
wind, and they're putting in Sager, the sophomore, and
Both
number
both
10,
sophomores.
Knox.
Aubrey Knox and Courtney Sager, both sophomores.
Out front, Shoemaker with the ball. Rosner, that's a blocking foul on Rosner. Shoemaker so quick with that first step has caught Frost and Rosner both on the blocking foul, second team foul on Southeast. We play it in. Steinbrock on the outside now. Macy back to Shoemaker. There's the play, the shot. Good.
Nice shot.
Three-pointer.
Nice shot. Nice pass there by.
Nice set play, wasn't it? And Shoemaker pops out. That should have been a foul on Page, and is. You got to move your feet as Russell clears the timeline. Kelsey had the defense, but just threw a shoulder into her. Let's see, that's the first team foul and first personal foul. That's second team foul, because Shea has one.
Yeah.
Frost, entry pass.
Nice steal there by Ashlyn Mason.
Tipped out there by Shoemaker,
Pretty
and
poor
Macy with the quick hands. And there's another foul on Russell. The reach in on Shea. And we don't want that knee to start bleeding already. It's too early in the season. Minneapolis will play it in at half court. Page to trigger it in for Minneapolis.
The Lions ahead 5-4, 5:24 to go, first quarter.
Shoemaker plays it over to Macy. The point. Entry pass to Steinbrock is tipped out there by Frost. And there's a pushing foul on Gregg.
That's a tough one right there. That was both players going for it, but it was right at the baseline.
Her first.
Gregg got called with the
Minneapolis fourth team foul. And Minneapolis 2-2-1 pressure, full court pressure defense here. We almost got a turnover there, and we do.
And we do. Nice job by the Minneapolis defense. They had them trapped in half court. And like you said, she about threw it in the back court, but throws an errant pass there also. So
pass goes through the hands of Knox, out of bounds. Minneapolis to play it in, and we almost throw it away. Frost.
Couch.
They come from behind, and there's a reach-in foul on Russell, and they're calling pretty tight.
Third
here.
on her, isn't it?
Second.
That's her second.
Oh, okay.
That's her second. So
fourth team foul on Southeast. Russell's second foul. Page to play it in. Looks like
Brooke Wells, another freshman
for duty. Good-looking 5'7".
Her dad's
freshman.
a good friend of mine, and he is an extremely good ball player, Jeff Wells in Salina. So
there's a nice
steal right
steal
there
by Knox, the left-hander. Gets it off to Frost. In the lane she goes. Jump shot. She got a pretty shot.
Shea takes the steal
Wells.
away.
Now we have numbers. Page all the way in. Layup. She's missed 5 in a row.
Yeah, but she got hammered pretty hard there, so I'm going to give her that one because she got thrown to the floor on that one. So
well, you can give it to her.
Did Shea have that steal on that
That's another.
one?
Yes.
Was that a
5.
Well, steal
Wind
or
sprints.
rebound, one or the other. I'd give her the rebound. She kind of took it away from him on the rebound.
She'll have 2 throws here. First one, no good.
first one is
Well, some of the families of the Lady Lions have tough choices tonight. Jared Shoemaker's Lions of Brown Mackey are hosting Johnson County here tonight, and
Second
Tabor
throw on its way. It's
Tabor
good.
girls are visiting Kansas Wesleyan tonight.
Almost a steal by Shea now.
nice pass.
Pass, 3-on-1. Baseline shot, good
So
by Wells.
two former Lady Lions playing in Salina tonight, Jordan Crossan and Jared Shoemaker.
And Page gets her pocket pick from behind, and Frost picks up the loose ball. Now Southeast on the move with the lead. 6-5 entry pass to Frost. Inside out, back to Wells. Her shot's no good.
Rebound by Kylie Gregg.
Page had a hand on it, and Gregg comes and rescues it. It's tipped out there by Southeast. Almost a steal. It goes out of bounds as Sager with the quick hands for Southeast. Page will play it in at half court. And Coach Weatherman will get Riley Baker on the floor. We'll bring on a little intensity of ourselves here as
Kelsey
Riley
Page goes out.
enters as Coach Weatherman starts rotation. There's
Wow.
a turnover.
Good intensity right there by Southeast of Saline as Ashley Macy gets forced into a turnover.
She tried to do a crossover dribble in between her and the defender and kind of bounced it off a foot.
Yeah. And Cleveland quick to get on that loose ball, ties her up. And her pass almost is intercepted and is by Macy. She gets it back. Good job by Ashlyn Macy there as we had 2 or 3 chances to get it back, and Macy does. Alternate possession to Minneapolis. 6-6 tie here early in the first quarter.
Ooh, tough cross-court pass right there.
Not advised.
Not what you'd want right there, but we get a break right there as they try to go cross-court.
It goes off the foot of Sager. I think the play is in front of her, but they just couldn't get it in. Now we do. Steinbrock off to Shoemaker. Eludes the defense. Now gets it off to Macy. Crossover dribble.
Kick. Yeah. Macy is very quick. She's got great ball handling ability, and that's only going to get better.
Yes.
And she's done a great job with some crossover and
yeah,
takes
she
it right
handles
there.
the ball well,
well.
uses each hand, and as Scott mentioned, has a nice crossover dribble. Now Gregg from the corner, no good. Baker
Nice rebound.
tracks it down on the backside. Shods is up, no good, and Sager with the rebound. They have numbers, 2-on-1. Layup is good.
8-6, Southeast.
Excuse me, Cleveland. Yeah, that's Sager. Now Shoemaker all the way to the other end is hammered. The layup goes in.
No call.
And a 30-second timeout by Coach Weatherman. 3:01 left in this first quarter. Minneapolis 8 and Southeast 8. And we'll take a quick timeout ourselves.
The Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Southeast playing pretty deep down the bench here, Scott. I didn't figure they would play that many girls, but they go 8 or 9 deep.
Yeah, I looked at the box scores the other night, and it looked like they had gone at least 8 deep. And now that's box scores showing who had gotten some points and some fouls.
Now
and so on,
Mortimer's
so.
in for Southeast. And I know she's about the fourth guard that's come in, so.
Foul on Steinbrock there, reaching over. She made that girl pay for going to the ball.
Allie Steinbrock with a foul, and J.C. Crossan in for the first time tonight. Crossan with some good minutes the other night.
Oh, nice try right there. Oh,
I didn't think she
I
touched
didn't think
it.
she touched
it.
Must
Well,
have.
Gregg with almost a steal. Must have got a finger
Must
on
have got
it.
a finger on it, so. Did not see that. Nice job. Wow, nice inlet
Frost.
pass to Frost.
In the paint, and Baker with the hack, I think.
Kelsey Page must have got some blood, got a cut or something, because they got to get a Band-Aid on her. She's getting right back in, but they watch that very closely here.
Frost, free throw line. The first one goes in. 2-shot foul, and Southeast takes a 9-8 lead here as Page comes back in for Minneapolis.
Second shot coming.
It's in and out. Shoemaker with the board for Minneapolis off to Baker. And ill-advised pass. That is touched by Southeast. Oh. Okay. That one looked like it was touched more so than the other. And Southeast brings in 3 fresh bodies.
Now, was that pass? Is that from Shoemaker?
Yes. Platt Mortimer. And there's a steal, almost steal by Shoemaker, and a traveling call on Rosner. On the wing, Minneapolis will play it in. Turnover Southeast, 9-8. Lady Trojans. Full court pressure by Southeast. The lob into Crossan, and not a good pass. And Macy rescues it off to Baker. Shot.
Oh, wow. Nice job.
Riley Baker in full stride.
How many chances would you give that to going in on a regular
Not very many,
basis?
but that was a great job, especially by Ashlyn Macy.
And Ashland's caught with a reach-in foul. Minneapolis showing some quickness and speed on the defensive end. Creates the turnover. The fast break bucket by Baker puts Minneapolis in the lead, 9-8.
6th team foul. Is that right?
Baker hits the layup full stride. Now the entry pass, jump shot, no good. Shoemaker with the rebound for Minneapolis. Macy runs the offense for Minneapolis. Gets it out front to Crossan. Free throw, bank shot, no good. Shoemaker with the rebound, shot good. And she is fouled.
Nice job by Shea Shoemaker to grab the rebound and put it right back up. And she got, she got hit pretty hard when she did, but great job by Shea Shoemaker.
Fouls on Rosner, her second, and Shoemaker will get the and one with a chance to put Minneapolis up by 4. 6th team foul on Southeast. Minneapolis already over the limit. Excuse me, that foul is on Frost. No.
Well, it's
It's
not
on Rosner, but they give Frost a breather,
They
I
give
guess.
Frost a breather. So
Free throw. Good. Friendly roll by the sharp shooting junior.
nice job
Steal by
Baker.
Baker. We have numbers now. She gets it to Page. There we go. Page hits the nice little chippy on the opposite side. Minneapolis. And there's another steal. Baker quick to the ball. Gets it off to Macy. And there's a steal by Rosner. Tried to get it down underneath the crossing. And we're after them. I guarantee these girls are showing some quickness and speed. And there's another steal by Crossan.
Page.
It's on the line.
Page knocked away across and picked it up.
Nice hustle by the girls.
All of a sudden, Minneapolis out to a 6-point lead here.
15-9, 1:18 to go in the quarter.
And Scott mentioned it earlier, all creating the advantage here on the defensive end. Tenacious. The entry pass to Rosner goes over the top and out of bounds. We'll play it in. 1:16 left first quarter. Minneapolis 6-point lead. Shoemaker has the ball stolen by Mortimer. We didn't have numbers. She probably should have held it back. Now Macy dives in there for that loose ball.
Nice job by Ashlyn Macy to go in after that right there.
Alternate possession to Southeast, and Coach Sager isn't wasting too much time to get Frost right back in this game. 1:05 left first quarter. Rosner will play it in for Southeast. Tipped away.
Yeah, I was
and
going to say,
that's a
Shea
reach-in
reached in
foul
pretty hard on that one.
on number 10. That's her second foul. And Steinbrock reports for action. 2 fouls on Shoemaker in the first quarter. I know Coach Weatherman didn't want to see that, but Minneapolis over the limit. Frost to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
1:01 left to go here in the first quarter.
Free throw, no good. Steinbrock gets there and then throws it away.
Double cover.
Turnover, Minneapolis.
there's the hell. Wow, how did you miss that?
Up and down, and it's a travel, no call, and we throw it off the back of the backboard.
I'm not sure how in the world you missed that one right there with the official right behind him. But Weatherman's talking to the official right now and asking a lot of questions as Southeast Saline gets the point and the turnover and puts them within 4. Nice inlet pass to Frost.
Oh, her shot's no good, and Minneapolis clears the board.
15-11, Lions, 40 seconds to go.
Nice save by Crossan. Now Steinbrock out to Page. Jump shot.
It's off.
No good. It's going to be a foul on Steinbrock. Working in there for the rebound. Allie with her second personal foul, I believe. No, that foul's on number 23, Crossan. That's her first foul. And Rosner right back to the free throw line. Minneapolis with a 4-point lead, 28.2 seconds left, first quarter. Free throw, no good.
5 freshmen on the floor for the Lions.
Rosner
guys.
over the back of Crossan, held her position there. Now a reach-in foul on Rosner. And I believe that's her third.
You look at this, guys. 5 freshmen on the floor, hanging tight with a solid Southeast Saline team.
Playing pretty good. Rosner collects her third personal foul. They're over the limit. Minneapolis to the free throw line with a 1-and-1. Baker for Minneapolis. Has a nice stroke, I thought. A nice job. It's just off the heel of the rim.
Frost with the rebound.
15 to shoot. On the wing. Now back out front.
Watch Wells.
Wells.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Rosner, or Sager tracks it down. Now way out front, Russell.
Not going to get a shot off. Oh, how can you? Oh,
And
you're
we foul.
kidding me. Oh,
Steinbrock with the foul.
That was
with
not a
no
good foul.
time left on the clock. Wow. Steinbrock's going to pick up her second personal
That's a mental mistake right there. You've got to know how much time's left on the clock. That's the killer. Frost goes to the free throw line to shoot a Good grief. 2-shot foul. Minneapolis over the limit.
1-1.
No, we're 10.
Oh, it was a 2-shot. Well,
Yeah, we're over the limit. 2-shot foul, and she just connects on one. That's the way the first quarter will end. Minneapolis with a 3-point lead. 15-12. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second quarter here in just a minute. Well, freshmen are going to have those mental mistakes.
Or model a vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job. D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Salina, Kansas here as the Minneapolis Lady Lions on top at the end of the first quarter, 15-12. A little bit different than the other night against the Bennington Bulldogs.
I apologize for talking over the advertisements there. I'm a little new with the equipment here, so my apologies. Minneapolis in a little bit of foul trouble here. 10 fouls in the first quarter over the limit. Now Macy dribbles between her legs out front. Shoemaker, 3-point shot, rims off. Frost has a hand on it. Gregg.
She didn't get up.
Has got to keep her feet.
How many times do you see something like that not called, though?
I know. It's Mike's right, but I'm the same way.
Well, there's no one guarding her, so there's no reason to dive onto the ball. Just pick it up and go. Now, Gregg gets it back for us. Now crossing, and Macy.
Now there should be. Oh.
Finally, a tie-up call, and the alternate possession to Southeast. Minneapolis still in.
Now, Crossan was down on her knees, bumping her feet, and that's traveling. You know.
If she's on her
but it
knees
wasn't called.
and doesn't get up, it's not traveling.
Oh, okay.
3-point shot, in and out.
Good. Shoemaker with the big board for Minneapolis. Frost was right there, and the nice block out to keep Stephanie Frost off that offensive glass. Page on the wing, looking inside, and there's a foul. My gosh, Southeast.
Well, when
quite a few fouls so far here in
when
this
you
first
go
half.
10 deep,
you can afford to. You've got a foul to give.
You've got a foul or two to give. That's not going to be the case for us.
And Minneapolis, if that's the case, and Scott's probably right, with that many fouls to give, we have got to make free throws.
8th team foul on the Trojans. Lions have 10.
Kelsey to the free throw line here. First throw up. Rimming off. Frost over the back of Crossan, tips it out of bounds, but it is off Stephanie Frost. Minneapolis will retain possession under her own bucket as Sager comes back in for Southeast. 2-3 zone. Back out front, Macy. Now Shoemaker, 3-point shot, rimming off. Page with the big board and stick back, no good. And Minneapolis fighting for the loose ball. It's
nice
a jump
job,
ball.
girls. Nice job, girls, as well as Stephanie Frost. Stephanie Frost got down there and fought for that as well.
Stephanie didn't keep her feet, ended up on the floor with the ball. Minneapolis ties her up right away, and a nice hustle job by Minneapolis. And that's actually kind of a turnover way out front to Shoemaker. Now on the wing, Gregg.
Nice pass.
Now an open look. And Crossan cannot
turnover. That's going to be 3 on Crossan, I believe.
Maintain possession as Russell, a little bit quick, got out in front of her with the ball on that entry pass, and Crossan tries to make up the distance and get the ball back, but reach-in foul on J.C. Crossan, her third. Minneapolis over the limit here. It's a 2-shot foul for Russell. First throw, good. She's got a nice stroke. We don't want to put her at the line too much, I don't think.
5'10" sophomore. As Minneapolis is going to get Emma Giles in. As you're going to have to go start getting in there and you've got some foul. So you're going to have to go to your bench. So Emma Giles getting some action here in the second quarter.
Emma have to play strong here. Free throw, good. Here we go. Nice job by Minneapolis to spot the open man. Now Page all the way in. Shot is blocked.
Nice block.
Stolen by Gregg. We get it right back. We have numbers 3-on-2. Now Shoemaker baseline shot is partially blocked, and Frost with the big board off to Russell. They have numbers, but they elect to pull it back. Now we'll wait on Frost to get down there. Jump shot good. Stephanie Frost.
And Southeast Saline now has a lead at 16-15. Watch out.
Page is going to get her pocket pick, and does. Russell just not able to maintain possession. The Southeast girls will come from behind and pick your pocket.
Very quick ball squad. So ball goes in to Emma Giles.
Giles sets it back to Macy, 6:10 to go here in the second quarter. And a moving screen on Kylie Gregg. Just a mental mistake by the sophomore.
Now, won't they shoot 2 there? That's not a ball control foul.
Because of the, well.
It is actually a player control foul.
Oh, okay.
Considered one anyway.
Player control is what I should have said.
There, Gregg gets it back for Minneapolis and does walk, but doesn't.
Shoemaker got away with a foul there.
Not called. Gregg all the way to the glass. She traveled, I believe. Oh, good deal.
Oh, I thought she did too.
It was kind of a jump stop and took an extra hop there, and Kylie Gregg all the way to the glass with the layup, misses the layup, but is fouled. And we've got a free throw shooting competition here as Rodriguez heads to the scorer's desk. Gregg will shoot 2. Free throw, good.
Nice job by Kylie Gregg.
There's nothing but net on that one, and Steinbrock will come back in and play with 2 personal fouls on some good minutes by Emma Giles, and she's getting just a little instruction from Coach Weatherman, and I'm sure she will be back in here as Minneapolis is going to have to play a little deep here.
Oh, she walked
travel.
Yes.
Nice call. Mental mistake there on Southeast, and Rodriguez played enough ball you wouldn't think you'd see that from her, but traveling is the call. Page will play it in for Minneapolis. 2-3 zone by Southeast, way out on top. Shoemaker has an open look. Shot is rimming off.
Page ripped it
Wow,
away.
nice job by Kelsey Page.
Now that's strength.
She did. And then it's still
Minneapolis
there.
gonna
And
pass up Gregg. Layup is good. Ashlyn Macy saw the open look. Gregg speeding towards the bucket. And here's another steal by Minneapolis. Out of bounds.
Couldn't control it.
Wow.
Steinbrock.
Nice turn of events
All
right
of a
there.
sudden, Minneapolis with a 4-point spurt puts us in the lead, 20-16, and it comes from our defensive pressure. Looks like we're going to zone up on this inbounds play as Wells, and you're right, he's a very good-looking ball player. Shot from the corner, no good. Rodriguez.
Shea Shoemaker foul number 3.
No.
Yeah, Shea's 3rd personal foul. Rodriguez had the inside position, and the stick back was no good. And that's Shea's 3rd personal foul there in the first half.
5:19 left to go.
Free throw, good. Rodriguez doesn't look like a basketball player, but she is. She's very capable, and like I say, when she gets under the bucket, she is tough. Second throw, rimming off, and Shea with the big board for Minneapolis.
Crossing the step to come in.
Nice bounce pass to Macy. Shot up, no good. Shoemaker's got to be careful with 3 fouls. Gregg with an easy 8-footer, misses it. Now Macy gets it back to Shoemaker, and she is fouled.
Nice job by Ashlyn Macy to come away with that steal right there.
Wells, a very good-looking sophomore or freshman basketball player for Southeast, with her first personal foul, sends Shoemaker to the line to shoot 2. They're over the limit.
Macy threaded the needle there, just with that pass, zipping it right through some people to Shoemaker.
You're absolutely right. It was a nice pass. Cleveland comes back in, and I think they play 10, 11 players here.
They're for sure 10 deep. I can't tell if they're 11 or not.
Shoemaker's second throw is good.
And Shoemaker comes out before she gets another foul.
Yes, 5:02. There's still a lot of time left in this first half. Frost on the bench for Southeast. I'm surprised Coach Sager doesn't get her in there to maybe get Southeast
Nice
back in
job.
this game.
Greg steals it again. She traveled. No foul.
No, she was fouled.
She
Nice
was
job
fouled.
by Greg there with the
Quick hands.
quick hands.
Tips it away right to Ashlyn Macy. Macy picks it up right back to Greg. Greg for the layup is fouled. And I think everyone has at least 2 fouls. Greg to the free throw line here to shoot 2. Nothing
Nice
but
try.
net.
Nice shot there by Kylie Gregg.
23-17, and as I thought would probably happen, Sager gets Frost back in. Now it'll be a little bit tough here. 30-second timeout called on by Southeast, and we'll take a quick timeout too. Minneapolis leading 23-17.
4:55 to go, second quarter.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been interested in helping people achieve their financial goals. Let them help you. The Bennington State Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
City Pharmacy has brought you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
4 freshmen and a sophomore here on the floor for Minneapolis. We're in a little bit of foul trouble. Greg with the second free throw, no good, and Frost, it didn't hit the rim. So Southeast will play it in. Sager gets Stephanie Frost right back in this contest. But we've got pretty good defender underneath in Steinbrock, so hopefully we don't pick up any more fouls.
6-point
There's a turnover Southeast, and Greg picks up the loose ball for Minneapolis. And
Oh, yes.
that's got to be a travel, but yes. Mortimer with the quick hands for Southeast and dives on the ball, but slides out of bounds, and it will be Minneapolis ball. Greg, baseline jump shot, good. Kylie Greg, one on two.
What a guard she's
She
going to be,
didn't pull
guys.
it back out. She's going to take that shot.
She's on the line. Frost stepped on the
Mortimer
line.
throws it to Cleveland, and they run it down. Now back to Frost. Out front, Sager on the elbow. Minneapolis with tight defense. Frost turnaround jump shot, no good, and
Nice job by Kelsey Page.
I commented the other night I was thoroughly impressed with her rebounding capabilities, and there Mortimer is with the hack.
Coach Sager wanted to tie up.
Not even close.
I'll tell you what, folks, there's going to be a lot of exciting Lady Lions basketball to watch for several years to come.
There is. And you know what? We have seen it, but so many folks don't realize it. It's exciting to come out and watch these girls play. So,
Free throw off the heel, no good. 25-17, Minneapolis. Macy at the free throw line here. 4:10 left first half. And I don't know how many turnovers Southeast has, but that was nothing but net.
I've got them down for 11. I'm trying to keep track of turnovers tonight. I'm not doing a real good job.
And there's a lot. There's another one right there. As well, lifts the pivot foot.
What surprised me, looking at the box scores and reading the article in the paper, Southeast of Saline, their victory was really attested to their full-court press. So you would think that they're used to playing against each other in a full-court press, but they're not handling us and pressuring them.
Well, they may not have been up against the speed they're seeing tonight.
Greg's foul, jump shot, no good. Page with the rebound on the back.
I tell you what, she's a
strong. Yeah, she's a strong individual. She gets that ball down low. She's right back up with it, and she is fouled.
She has missed some bunnies, but she is tough. She's tough, and she is going back.
I'll have to agree with you there. 2 throws, first one rimming off.
She has a basketball presence of mind.
Yeah, she does. She's a basketball player.
Second free throw coming, 26-17. Lady Lions on top.
Rimming off. Minneapolis not doing well from the free throw line, and there's a silly foul on the backcourt.
Kelsey
If
Page.
she's got a negative, it's that. Her defense, she just needs to move her feet and anticipate just a little bit. She's got caught here with a couple little cheap fouls that you really can't afford to get when your presence on the floor is needed all the way through the game.
Just her second, though, with
First shot
3:59
is
to go, second quarter.
up and good by Shelby Sheets.
26-18, second throw on its way, no good. Didn't hit the rim, and Minneapolis will play it in. Southeast is going to press throughout this game, and they're going to try and create some turnovers now because they're behind. Steinbrock back to Page. She can handle the ball. Off to Gregg. Gregg down in the paint. Dumps it down. She gets the loose ball right back. Steinbrock had it for a minute. Now Southeast with numbers. Mortimer on the other side. Layup good.
I'm glad Crossan pulled up because she was heading for foul number 4 there real quick.
Now Page all the way to the basket. Pass.
Oh, I thought it went off her.
I believe it did go off the Southeast player.
I thought it did too. I did not see that. They're going to say not.
Tried the wraparound pass, and I thought it did go off the back of Frost or Mortimer.
I didn't see how it could be that far off and not go off the hands of somebody. So
now 3-on-2, Southeast all the way to the glass. Frost shot no good, gets her own rebound. She is tough. We just can't let her get in. And there's an ill-advised pass. Gregg.
She did not pull that foot. Mike, you're one of your favorite referees out there, and I'm about having a fill of him tonight already.
Yeah, that was not traveling by any stretch of the imagination.
She went down, but she did
had
not
all
pull that
fours
foot.
on the floor, and she did not try to get up.
yeah,
30-second timeout by Minneapolis. Coach Weatherman trying to settle down his young Lions team here, and the lead has dropped to 4 points. Minneapolis still leading 26-22.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars. New vehicles including Chevrolet, Pontiacs, GMC, Buicks, and Jeep. Serving the customers since 1957. Bennett Autoplex, Minneapolis, Salina.
Scott.
welcome back to Salina Bicentennial Center. Scott Osherman, Mike Perry, and Dale Leach is the Minneapolis Lady Lions on top 26-22 here with the Trojans had the ball 3:05 in the second quarter.
A lot of time left here in the first half. Southeast on the move. The entry pass to Frost is tipped out of there and picked up by Page. Now an ill-advised pass, but Crossan,
Another ill-advised pass.
yeah. Terrible pass by Crossan, and Page controls it off to Gregg.
Nice behind the back dribble
Now
there.
Page, three-point shot, no good. And Crossan with the rebound for Minneapolis. Entry pass to Steinbrock. Cannot hang on to the ball, is tied up by Russell, and the alternate possession is to Minneapolis. No.
Tell you, they've got
Southeast. Riley Baker back in for Minneapolis. Crossan with some good minutes under pressure with three personal fouls, I believe, here in the first half. Still playing aggressive. 2-3 zone now by Minneapolis. Tipped
nice
out there
hands
by Page. Now Gregg.
Go.
Thank you. She's fouled 3 times coming down the court, and finally it's called.
She knows how to use that forearm, too, as I've noticed. You develop that skill, don't you?
You do.
Mortimer, her second.
So Kylie Gregg will go back to the line here.
Both teams over the limit, and Coach Sager couldn't figure out why that was a foul. Gregg with 2 shots here.
Well, how do you say, well, I missed the first foul and the second foul, so I had to call that little touch on the third.
Yeah. Kylie hit
Nice
the boat.
shot. Nice shot by the sophomore.
28-22, 2:20 to go in the half.
Now the key is here to keep Frost off that offensive board. A little zone defense here. Entry pass to Frost. Jump shot good. She's deadly. Here's the long pass to Baker. Jump shot.
Oh!
Doesn't even hit the rim. 1-on-1. Russell pulls it back out as Frost comes down.
No charging?
No, she wasn't set.
Steinbrock tries to
It was a
draw
good no
the
call. I'm going to say it's a better no call than a charging foul.
charge, but can't. Now Macy
What?
throws it away.
Riley Baker, quick
Baker
hands to
rescues the ball from Minneapolis, now out front to Macy.
28-26, Lady Lions on top. Nice screen there by... Oh! Did they call on Gregg?
No, Greg's
I was
shooting,
gonna say,
and Mortimer runs right over the top
Riley
of it.
Gregg had her feet set. Had her feet
Yep.
set on that, and Mortimer went right through her on that. Nice
Gregg-
job by Kylie Gregg.
Greg called earlier on a moving screen.
This time she was not. She was
She
definitely
was set all the way. Now we'll shoot 2 fouls. Mortimer's third foul for Southeast. Free throw off the back of the rim, no good. And Southeast having to go about 11 or 12 deep here as they're in foul trouble.
They are 11 deep. They're 11 deep, and we're in trouble. But Shea Shoemaker's been on the bench most of the
Gregg
second
gets the
quarter.
second one. Minneapolis with a 29-26 lead. Minute 25 left, first half. That's a walk. Frost on the baseline.
Nice
dumps it
pass.
down the
Nice
basket.
Stephanie Frost had a good look down there with the pass. I'm not sure who they're going to get the foul on. Number 2 for
number
Minneapolis,
2.
Ashlyn Macy. So Macy with the foul. That was a good pass by Frost down to number 22, which is 23.
Platt,
Platt,
number
yeah.
23 with the free throw. First one is good. 2-shot foul here. And the second one is on its way. It's good. Nope.
Foot over the line.
Foot over the line. They're not going to count that one, so
Nice
take the
throw,
ball off.
but just
There we go.
didn't.
Minneapolis still with a 2-point lead.
1:16
Still a
to
full
go in
court
the
press
half.
for by the Trojans.
Page will bring it over the timeline for Minneapolis, being guarded by Russell. She makes it all the way in.
Oh,
Nice step
beautiful.
down pass to
Woo.
Steinbrock, and
Nice.
Steinbrock makes that one count on the backside. Minneapolis back to a 4-point lead. Now a long 3-point shot by Southeast, no good. And Gregg,
Tie up. Nice job. Nice job by both squads there. Christine Russell, she's been on the floor quite a bit.
she has.
She's been flying on the floor, but Minneapolis has been doing the same. It stays with the Trojans, but great job by both squads.
Wells back in for Southeast. Alternate possession to Minneapolis, and Page will throw it in on some good hustle by Gregg to get the possession back to Minneapolis. Steinbrock
I thought Southeast had that. I apologize.
off to Page. Kelsey in no hurry as Minneapolis has the lead and the ball. That's tipped out of there, but Gregg comes to rescue it,
And this time it will go to Southeast.
and this time it is Southeast ball as Sheets dives in there for the tie-up for Southeast. 35 to shoot. I hope they do take their time. Russell with the walking dribble clears the timeline.
Watch out, Steinbrock.
Oh, Page on the backside saves an easy bucket by Frost,
Bud picks up her third foul.
but
So they're going to get, Minneapolis is going to get
if that's any consolation, but it's not. Page with her third foul, and Frazier sets at the time the scorer's box to check in.
No, it's not. She missed, so it's going to be 2
That
shots here.
security guard is in no hurry to get that ball.
She has to wait to come in.
He looks like a football player anyway. Frost to the free throw line to shoot 2.
That's a nice way to
26
put it.
seconds. Free throw, no good.
That was a very nice way to put
The
it.
lineman.
Sarah Frazier in for
So,
Minneapolis.
The lineman.
Lineman. To be specific, middle guard. Second throw on its way, no good. And Gregg comes out of there with the hustle and the ball for Minneapolis. Out front to Frazier. She lines up the 3 ball, no good. And she needs to take that shot. Oh, Southeast
my
all around.
goodness, don't foul them.
Gets the easy layup. Baker to throw it in.
31-29, Minneapolis.
Macy dribbles into a crowd, and that's the way the first half will end. Minneapolis escapes with the lead, 31-29, and we saw quite a few. You know, if we would have hit a few more free throws, we'd probably have an 8-9 point lead here.
Yeah,
Minneapolis just not shooting the ball real well.
Missed 7 free throws. 7 free throws there in that quarter. So
now the boys will warm up for that all-exciting late game against the Sterling Black Bears. And Dale, what did you think of that first half? Girls can't apply the pressure, can't
you
they?
know, I'm excited. These young kids. I didn't know what to expect to see tonight if Bennington game was a fluke or whatever, coming up against a fairly experienced Southeast Saline squad. And to see these young kids handle the full court press like they are, they're getting some turnovers, but they're causing as many or more turnovers than they're giving. And that's what's giving them an edge in this game, especially to play without their junior leader for most of the third quarter, most of the second quarter,
I think Coach Sager's got to be a little bit surprised with the concept and the team, the way they present themselves out there. They are quick, fast, and they are all over the floor.
Tell you what, folks, next Tuesday night, come out and see these girls at home. Well, tomorrow, they play tomorrow night too. Here in Salina, if you can make it, but they're an exciting.
They are, and I hope people stop and see that, because they are an exciting bunch of girls to watch play. So
you know, you think they girls would set up and just start shooting threes from beyond the arc, but we might have taken 2 or 3 threes just because they were open looks. These girls are, you know, our points are in close, and layups and free throws, and it's pretty exciting.
It's what you expect to see out of older girls, quite honestly. Let's hear some from our sponsors while we get some stats figured. We'll be back.
Studio in Minneapolis does all types of signs, vehicle graphics, banners, racing, full-color decals, retail signs, and much more. If you need a sign, here's your sign. Scott Studio, where quality is promised and the price is always right.
Your Minneapolis hometown hardware is always there when you need an appliance, paint, tools. Well, truthfully, the list just goes on and on and on. So the next time you need something, almost anything, go to Hometown Hardware, Minneapolis. They've probably got it.
At Robertson Monuments, they believe that community is everything. Minneapolis is a great town to live in, and Robertson Monument is happy to be a part of the community. Robertson Monument, a Minneapolis Lions sports booster. Try to make as many games as you can.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lionbackers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lion games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior and Senior High School. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Trust is a word that is very important in this day and age, especially when it comes to insurance. Since 1982, you've trusted the Davidson Agency in Delphus and Minneapolis to give you the best home, auto, farm, crop, life, and health insurance. Call Lyle Davidson at the Davidson Agency, your trusted choice.
AutoTech isn't just a repair shop. No, AutoTech is a professional service center. You'll find the most up-to-date equipment available to get your vehicle up and running. AutoTech, truly professional, truly the best.
The Hair Stylum, the newest and most modern hair salon in Minneapolis, will style your hair to give you the look that you've always dreamed of. Or you might just want a haircut. The Hair Stylum will do that too. Lynn and Brandon welcome new customers. Call 392-4555.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis.
Well, it's going to be critical, as I mentioned early on. If Frost would happen to get her third foul early in the third quarter, or one of the notables on Southeast squad, I know there are 2 of them that have 3 fouls. Shoemaker on the bench, as Scott mentioned, with 3 fouls. She can play in foul trouble and has before.
Sadie Rosner was the player I missed that had 2 points also, so for Southeast Saline, so that gets my point total right there. So
Southeast switching up the defense here, unable to stay with Minneapolis on the defensive end, drops into a 2-3 zone, and they're going to make us find an outside shot, and there it is. The first one right there is Macy. Cans one from the elbow.
Nice job, and the steal. Nice job by.
Off to Shoemaker, a blocking foul.
Oh, no. She called a charge.
And that's exactly what we didn't want. Shoemaker's 4th foul.
Oh, my goodness.
I shouldn't even have mentioned it.
How in the world?
It's the favorite referee.
That hurts.
Yeah, that was not a good call. I already called the blocking foul because Russell was moving backwards. Minneapolis staying with the pressure defense. Tips the ball away from
Greg, what a move.
From Frost and almost rescues it on the baseline, crossing back in for Minneapolis as Shoemaker heads to the pine.
No. Page.
Outside shot. No good, and Gregg with the rebound. We can't be in that big of a hurry, Kylie Gregg. Terrible pass and terrible foul.
And she's going to pick up her third. Oh, wow.
That's just mental mistake and inexperience as Baker comes
Gregg.
in for Gregg. Now, 5 freshmen on the floor, 4 freshmen. Outside shot by Rodriguez, steal by Russell, and a walk by Russell.
I think you're
Turnover,
right. There are 5
Southeast.
freshmen out there, aren't there?
Well, I think J.C. Crossan's a freshman.
Yeah, there's 5 freshmen out there.
Crossing into Macy.
Macy in the backcourt being hounded by Russell behind the back dribble.
Oh, what a dribbler.
Not a
And Russell
problem.
riding her all the way down. Nice pass.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice job. The assist and the
Wow.
bucket.
That is a nice assist by Ashlyn Macy with the cross-court pass. Finds Crossan on the backside. Now Frost, jump shot, good. She can hit that 6-footer, can't she?
35-33, Lady Lions.
And Crossan's not the one to be bringing the ball up the court. Caught with the travel.
Timeout, Minneapolis.
Full timeout by Coach Weatherman, and we'll take one too. Minneapolis with a 2-point lead, 35-33.
And they're still
The
looking
State
at
Bank of Delphus and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally
timeout.
owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your Minneapolis hometown hardware is always there when you need an appliance, paint, tools. Well, truthfully, the list just goes on and on and on. So the next time you need something, almost anything, go to Hometown Hardware, Minneapolis. They've probably got it.
At Robertson Monuments, they believe that community is everything. Minneapolis is a great town to live in, and Robertson Monument is happy to be a part of the community. Robertson Monument, a Minneapolis Lions sports booster. Try to make as many games as you can.
Well, I just now noticed our cheerleaders must be on strike today.
Well, we have wrestling going on.
Oh,
and,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. I have to bag a little bit on Shay. She's a junior leader here. She should have watched. She's playing with 3 fouls. You just don't go try and draw the foul like that. You need to just stop, take your jump shot, and go on. And she needs to know her presence on the floor is just as important as some of these other girls. She needs minutes on the floor and not on the bench. So
Rodriguez
there,
trying to post up. So.
Southeast trying to work it in, and ball goes off Frost's knees, and it's a tie-up.
Ashley Macy
Alternate
does a nice
possession to Southeast. Macy jumps in there to tie her up.
Nice job by Ashley Macy.
Rosner to throw it in for Southeast. Box, 3-point shot, good. Russell. And
36-35.
a lead by Southeast. Now Macy is fouled.
Whoa.
No call. She gets all the way to the rack, and the shot is up and in. Russell. There's a
There
walk.
we go.
Nice defense by Baker to create the turnover. Southeast, I'll bet they've got a ton of them.
15 turnovers is what I've got, and I know that's not quite probably right. So
15 is what a coach would like to see for a total game. Give and go. Macy, nice dump down pass to Steinrock.
Nice
she
job.
is fouled by, it's not Russell, it's Sheets.
Nice job by Ashlyn Macy with the drop-down pass to Steinbrock. That was very pretty. You know, and these girls are just going to get better, guys.
Yeah.
5 freshmen on the floor that played a lot of time together.
Free throw no good, rimming off. Macy breaks down the defense and finds Steinbrock all alone. Free throw good. She gets the second of 2, and Minneapolis has a 2-point lead. Russell almost a turnover again. Now Rodriguez gets it off to Russell.
Foot on the line.
Sheets.
Nice rebound by Baker.
Baker tracks it down for Minneapolis.
Oh, should
waited just a little bit too long, and there's a
J.C. Crossan picks up her 4th personal foul.
And Minneapolis in foul trouble here.
4th personal by J.C. Kyla Gregg's got 3 on the bench. She's going to check back in as
Russell off the Sheets. Baseline drive. Shot is good.
That's kind of a hope and a prayer shot there, wasn't it?
Steinbrock.
Well, she must be good at praying.
Now off to Baker. Push off.
There have been more bodies on the floor tonight.
You know, I'll comment on both these squads.
Page jumps right in there to tie him up.
They are both hustling and both flying to the floor.
Alternate possession to Minneapolis. We'll play it in at half court. Baker to trigger it in for Minneapolis.
Oh.
Well, the buzzer buzzed and we quit playing. Southeast goes in for a layup. And we turn it over.
Lions down 40-38. 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter.
Minneapolis turnover. Did not see who traveled with that, guys.
The coach is asking the referee, the buzzer buzz, you stop the play, don't
Baker.
you?
2-3 zone here by Minneapolis. Both teams in foul trouble. Minneapolis in real bad foul trouble.
You tell them, Coach.
You bet. That buzzer is supposed to stop the
play.
I can't tell you why we did it, Coach. I don't know.
Should have done it, but
better luck next time.
Yeah. Weatherman doing it, so letting them know. So
yeah, he's going to let Coach Sager know too. Nope, he's not. He's not going to do a thing. And the fat ref underneath is
Sager don't care. He's ahead.
Jump shot by Rosner is good.
Down by 4 are the Lady Lions.
Not a good pass, but we get by with it. Baker on the move for Minneapolis. Traveled.
She traveled with it, did not get the call. Thank you very much.
There's Sheets.
Make-up call, I guess. I don't know.
Minneapolis needs to slow down just a little bit and get some composure. They've done a good job tonight, but they're getting a little bit out of control right
Russell.
now. So. No, on Russell.
Gregg with the ball on the baseline. Back to Baker. Jump shot. No good. Air ball.
So Southeast Saline gets a couple players in. So
42-38 Southeast. Minneapolis getting homered here. As a referee friend of mine used to call it. Frost with the ball all the way up to Sager. Dribbles it off her thigh. Now back to Frost. No hands. Mortimer. Double dribble.
Nice job.
Good job over there on the defense. Minneapolis hounding her on the defensive end. Creates the turnover. And the ball's right back in Minneapolis possession as we have Gregg, Baker, Steinbrock, Macy, and Page on the floor for Minneapolis.
Southeast Saline picks up a full court press. They get the ball into Steinbrock.
5 freshmen on the floor for Minneapolis.
No,
Page.
4 freshmen and a sophomore in.
Oh, yeah, Gregg.
Kelsey Page. That's going to be 4 on Kelsey.
And I mentioned earlier the only negative on the defensive end, she'd rather stick her shoulder in there than move her feet, and called with the blocking foul there, Kelsey.
They're showing her 3 up on the board. I've got her down
fine.
for 4, so I'm okay with that. But
3 fouls now on Page. And that ball goes right through the hands of Rosner. Another turnover for Southeast. Minneapolis down 4 here. will play it in three-quarter court. Back to Gregg. Wells with the defense. Gregg, left-hand dribble all the way up, loses it to Sager. And a jump ball is called.
Southeast to Saline ball.
Alternate possession. Southeast will play it in. 4:08 left, third quarter. Minneapolis down 4. Mortimer with the ball in the backcourt. Now Sager. Off to Mortimer, being hounded by Macy, and I mean hounded. Wells from the corner, no good. Now Mortimer.
There was a hack in there. Couldn't see who did it. Gregg or
That's Gregg.
Macy.
Nope, Macy. Third personal foul on Macy. So run down this, guys, if I've got this right.
Here we go. Frost in the paint. Jump shot. No good.
Nice rebound by Page.
Page. Good, strong rebound by the freshman. Now Macy. Crossover dribble goes right around Mortimer. Gets it off to Baker. Now Macy on the wing. Down the paint she goes. Breaks down the defense. Off to Page. Shot is up and in. Kelsey Page. As Ashlyn Macy breaks down the defense. Dumps it down to Page. And there's a steal by Page.
And the foul.
And a foul on Mortimer. My gosh.
Nice job by Kelsey Page.
She
read that one
wearing knee
perfectly.
pads. She should be playing football.
She did a great
flipped
job.
it right there. My
she
gosh.
did a great job of reading that one.
That's going to be Minneapolis ball. That's Mortimer's 4th personal foul as Frost heads to the bench.
42-40, Southeast of Saline.
Ball goes into Kylie Gregg.
Gregg with the ball. Crossover dribble is tipped out there by Wells. Now Page.
Both of these ball teams are really, and that one's going to be on Kylie Gregg. This time they do get her for a moving screen. And
that's her 4th.
4th foul.
Frazier comes in. Frost comes back in for Southeast.
1, 2, 3. We have 3 players with 4 personal fouls.
That's what I've got. I've got 4. Matter of fact, I've got 4. I've got Kelsey, JC, Shay, and Kylie all with 4 fouls.
6 team fouls already here in the second half. Sager on the wing for Southeast. Dump down pass to Frost, goes off the hands.
Get together and talk about it. Officials.
Baker.
Both officials call it differently. 2 of the 3.
And
it was off of Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, what a block by.
Shot by Frost, no
nice
good.
job by Baker.
Now Baker with a good rebound. Gets it off to Macy. Macy just goes right around Mortimer. Her pass to Steinbrock goes out of bounds as Allie tried to maintain possession there. Frazier in for Minneapolis. She's going to have to play some minutes. Someone is. We're running out of players.
Now we still have 5 freshmen on the floor. We just have, there's a moving screen.
There's a moving screen on Sager and might be Mortimer.
14.
Yeah.
Brooke Wells. So
with the foul and 4th team foul on Southeast. Minneapolis was 6, just trailing by a deuce here. Baker to play it in.
Nice.
Entry pass is tipped, but Steinbrock gets it and
it has a partially blocked.
Baker with an ill-advised shot.
42-40, Southeast Saline on top.
Page with a good defense on the wing. Macy hounding. Now the baseline shot. Nice shot.
By Knox.
Yeah, Knox. He's got a nice stroke for a left-hander. Now Page in the backcourt with the ball for Minneapolis. 44-40, Southeast. And that pass goes right off Steinbrock's hands and out of bounds.
Oh, man.
Kelsey gets all the way down to the block, and her pass to Allie goes right off the hands and out of bounds. 2:03 left, third quarter. That was a walk. You bet.
Good call.
Good call by my least favorite referee.
44-40, minute 58 left to go here.
You always tell it's him. He's the one that really stretches those stripes around the midsection. I'm not going to say any names.
Oh,
Now,
man, nice.
Steinbrock cannot hold on to the ball. Frost takes it away. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-point lead by Southeast. Page with the ball out to Steinbrock. 3-point shot.
Oh, thought you might have dreamed that one.
Frost with the rebound off to Sager. Southeast has numbers. Tipped out of there by Macy as she's with some tough defense over on the wing. Sager unable to hang on to the ball. It goes out of bounds. Now Emma Giles
checking in.
Comes in as Steinbrock needs a little bit of a breather, and coach is telling her
about
she
that
needs to
shot.
be strong with the with the ball.
She's got a nice shot, though. I know that's what he's talking to her about, but he's actually pointing down to the defensive side.
That's what I'm saying. She needs to be stronger with the ball. She's had it taken away a couple times.
Frazier back gets it.
Baker with the pass to Page. 1-on-2, all the way to the back. No good. Saved by Southeast on a nice play by Wells. Now Frost all alone.
Sitting down there cherry picking.
48-40.
So Southeast of Saline takes a full timeout as Minneapolis will get a couple players in. So
I'd like to know how he can call a timeout when they don't even have the ball.
We'll be back. Take one with them.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to central Kansas and will continue this tradition. This fast track will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, happy to be a Minneapolis Lions backer.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been interested in helping people achieve their financial goals. Let them help you. The Bennington State Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Salina, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lead Lions trail right now, 48-40, and they've had to set a lot of their leaders on the bench with 4 fouls, and they're getting them back in the game right now. 59.7 seconds left as Shea Shoemaker checks back in, as well as Kylie Gregg. So on the floor will be Shea, Kylie, Ashlyn Macy, Riley Baker, and Kelsey Page.
And the Southeast Saline's pulled the pressure off.
59 seconds left in this third period. Southeast in a 2-3 zone. Minneapolis on the offensive end. Nice give and go, and the shot is no good by Baker as Shoemaker with a beautiful pass to a cutting Riley Baker, and it just will not drop. Frost all the way to the rack. It's good.
And the foul. Not sure who the foul was on, but regardless who was on, it's not good.
Well, a couple of freshman
34.
mistakes right in a row, and that one was a killer.
Foul goes to Riley Baker.
7th team foul.
All of a sudden, Southeast with an 11-point lead.
30 seconds to go.
Oh,
We throw it away.
They throw it away.
Physical ball game. And Southeast of Saline has gotten a commanding lead here as we had a lead both. That's 5. Gosh darn it. Kylie Gregg is going to pick up for 5th foul with 11 seconds left in the third quarter.
Well,
I don't know that you need to be playing defense like that on the running clock that close.
well, that's just what I was getting ready to say. There's no reason for her to be on the floor right now with 11 seconds left in the third period with 4 fouls trying to get the ball away.
Yeah, I mean, you back off and let them run their ball. Run the ball. Let them run it.
Actually, with being in foul trouble like that, you're in a zone defense and you need to stay in it at least to the end of the quarter. Free throw, good.
Our youngness has shown up.
Yep.
Our youngness has raised its ugly head.
Yep. Free throw is good.
But they will learn from it, I'm sure. 10 seconds.
5 to shoot. I wonder if Kelsey realized, I know Shea knows it. Shot is up, and they do call a foul. And Shoemaker will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
She better watch herself that she didn't get a technical on that, because she threw the ball down pretty hard there after the buzzer.
That foul was on Stephanie Frost. It's her 3rd.
So Shea will go to the line. Misses her first one.
Second throw on its way. Coach pointing out a few things to the young Lady Lions. She gets the second one to drop. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break here. Southeast with a good 3rd quarter. And kind of shows the senior laden, the older ball club, the way they played. A little more experience has put the young Lions behind them here by 12 points. We'll be back with the 4th quarter here in just a minute.
City Pharmacy has brought you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
Auto Tech isn't just a repair shop. No, Auto Tech is a professional service center. You'll find the most up-to-date equipment available to get your vehicle up and running. Auto Tech. Truly professional, truly the best.
The Hair Stylum, the newest and most modern hair salon in Minneapolis, will style your hair to give you the look that you've always dreamed of. Or you might just want a haircut. The Hair Stylum will do that too. Lynn and Brandon welcome new customers. Call 392-4555.
And we're back. Bicentennial Center, Salina, Kansas, Blue and Gold Tournament. I was just talking with Scott, and with the concept that the coach has put out there, the pressure defense, run and gun, it's not really a run and gun, but you create the turnovers, you get the layups, it's fast paced, you're playing pressure defense, you are going to have more turnovers, you are going to have more fouls, and it's kind of showing tonight with a pretty experienced Southeast team as Minneapolis comes out in the 3rd quarter, really kind of in foul trouble, having to play very deep on the bench, and 3 of our starters on the bench with 4 fouls.
And the turnover right there.
Almost a steal back by Paige Frost all the way in for the layup good. She's got 25. Which I expected, if we could keep her under 20, would have been good. Now Baker has her pocket picked by Sager. That's freshman mental mistake there. Now the shot from the wing is no good, and Crossan with the board for Minneapolis. Now Shoemaker off to Baker. Back to Shoemaker, 3-point shot. Good, Chase Shoemaker. That'll help. 55-44 Southeast, now 2-on-1. That was a walk and no call. Macy steps into that passing lane. Now crossing all the way to the other end. Minneapolis with another bucket.
55-46.
Shoemaker with presence of mind, looked down court, caught Crossan in full stride for the easy layup. Now Southeast on the move against that 2-3 zone.
Oh, you can't do that. It wasn't even blocked, was it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Nice job now. Paige rips that ball out of there, and we've got another fast break as Shoemaker pulls up, shoots. That's just what you need to do with 4 personal fouls. Take the 10-footer.
Yeah, exactly.
And buries it.
Don't drive.
Unanswered points, 55-48.
And we're not done yet, are we?
No, we're not. Nice pass to Frost, though.
There's 27 points for Frost, and she's liable to go for 30.
There's a foul. Come on.
That is that is amazing.
She got hacked, knocked to the floor, and they didn't call a foul. Gosh. And a 30-second timeout, full timeout by Coach Weatherman, and we'll take one too.
Well, at least one of these referees has been banned from the Minneapolis Gymnasium.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
The Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lion backers are proud to continue their long-term support of the broadcast of these Lion games. Join us as we support student activities and the teachers of Minneapolis Junior and Senior High School. Go Lions! We're with you all the way.
Here we go. Yes, welcome. This blue and gold tournament is really a fun thing to attend. I look forward to it every year. Minneapolis will play it in here. 6:17 left. Fourth quarter, Minneapolis trailing by 9 will have the ball. So far, Frost with 27 points for Southeast. 2-3 zone. J.C. Crossan tipped out there by Mortimer, and Minneapolis will play it in. Free throw line extended. Page to play it in for Big Blue. 2-3 zone by Southeast. Macy off to Baker on the wing. Now out front, Page, three-point shot, no good. And a big rebound by Cleveland. Almost a steal by Macy, and we do have a steal by Page. Back to Macy. Shoemaker rims out. And Macy caught with a reach-in foul on
her.
Rosner.
Fourth personal foul on Ashland.
Well, you get your money's worth with her, that's for sure. She is all over the floor. Heck of a defensive player.
Oh, very much so.
Now Minneapolis, 9th team foul. Southeast will shoot free throws from here on out. Next foul will be over the limit. It'll be a 2-shot foul. The rest of the way, Rosner to the free throw line here.
Southeast with 5 fouls. Over the back.
Frost almost gets a hand on it as she goes over the back of Shoemaker for that rebound. Now Crossan on the baseline. Mortimer steps in front of Shoemaker. It goes out of bounds on some nice hustle by the Southeast sophomore.
Mortimer, the sophomore that with a good hustle there.
Freshman, excuse me. Now out front,
freshman,
Macy.
You're right, sorry about that.
Macy, three-point shot, off the glass, no good. And Shoemaker with the tie-up, and it will be Southeast ball, I believe.
As Minneapolis.
That's Knox and Shoemaker tie it up on the floor. Now Page with the good pressure.
Kelsey
in the
Page
backcourt.
needs to watch the hand checks
almost
there.
a steal by Macy. Now long pass to Frost, and she goes for 29 so far. Shoemaker on the baseline. Nice shot by Shea Shoemaker. 59-50. Mortimer off to Knox.
Oh, Ashland.
Foul number 5 on Ashland.
Darn it. Ashland will sit down with 5 as coming in will be number 14, freshman Krista Frazier. So
That's going to hurt. You lose your point guard, but I know Kelsey Page will move over there, and Frazier will move over to the 2 guard, so it's always tough to lose your floor general and energy that Ashland brings to the court. As she fouls out first of the Minneapolis players to foul out, and I didn't expect her to be the first one.
second one.
Oh yeah,
Kylie
Kylie Gregg.
Gregg. Also.
Excuse me, so Minneapolis
She just
over
fouled out in the
limit.
third quarter.
4:55 left, fourth quarter. Second throw on its way. It's good.
I didn't see. Did she make her first one? Who was that?
She missed her first one. Page now with the ball for Minneapolis. 2-3 zone. Off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker with 18 points. Frazier has her shot blocked by Frost. Off to Rosner. And And Mortimer comes to get the ball for Southeast. Shoemaker with a nice steal. Frost, she walked. Please.
No, come on. Yes, thank you. Your favorite. It took 3 of them to call it, but they did finally call it.
Well, it's a 3-step pass, and Mortimer gets caught with the walk. Turnover Southeast. It was almost a steal, and Mortimer couldn't get rid of the ball. Now Crossan plays it into Shoemaker. Minneapolis down 10, 4:25 left, fourth quarter. Crossan on the baseline out to Frazier. Over to Baker. Reach-in foul.
Only their 6th foul of the quarter.
On Knox. 3rd personal foul, and Page will throw it in. Under her own bucket. Southeast goes back to a 2-3 zone. Frazier from the baseline, air ball. Rescued by Crossan, throws it to Frost, and Frazier comes out of that melee with the ball. Now Page off to Shoemaker. Now to Page. Baker in the paint. Nice pass to J.C. Crossan. Baker with a real nice pass. And Crossan with the easy shot on the backside. Now the tip out there by Baker. Minneapolis had a hand on it. It goes out of bounds to Southeast. Well, I think Southeast know they've been in a game tonight.
Yeah, they have. They have.
I think we've given them a lot of things to think about the next time we play. Mortimer with the ball in the corner. Now Knox. Baseline drive to Rosner. Steps out. 6-footer. Good.
Also a shot by Sadie Rosner.
Page. On up to Shoemaker. Shoemaker on the wing out to Kelsey Page. Man-to-man defense now by Southeast.
Yeah.
And they catch Mortimer with a blocking foul.
That should be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll sit down.
6th foul.
We can always hope.
16th foul.
It is her
17th
15th foul.
17th foul.
Shea will go to the line for a 1-on-1.
7th team foul. Mortimer just fouled out. Of course, Coach Sager will have his allotted time to replace the player that's disqualified with 5 fouls, and Sheets will come in for Lady Trojans. Mortimer, quite a competitor. She's very, very physical for a little girl.
And she's a freshman.
Shoemaker free throw rimming off, and Frost with another rebound. Stephanie with 29 points and quite a few rebounds. Sheets has her shot rejected by Page.
Reject.
She
Nice
thought
job
she
by
had an
Kelsey
easy
Page.
layup, and Kelsey Page comes to the rack and rejects the shot. Now Southeast trying to throw it in. Frost underneath, good. She is just too tough underneath.
She's automatic.
That's 31 points by Stephanie Frost. Crossover dribble by Page and finds Crossan
Nice
on the
job.
backside.
Nice assist.
Yes, wonderful assist. She throws it away. Sheets
Oh, there was a walk right there.
down the baseline. Knox. Shot's no good. Shoemaker with the rebound. Off to Page. It goes out of bounds.
Let her just too much right there.
64-54.
Third quarter was our demise right there as the
Yep,
Southeast
2:39
is
left in this contest. Full timeout, and we'll take 1-2. Minneapolis trailing by 10. Southeast 64, Minneapolis 54.
Trust is a word that is very important in this day and age, especially when it comes to insurance. Since 1982, you've trusted the Davidson Agency in Delphus and Minneapolis to give you the best home, auto, farm, crop, life, and health insurance. Call Lyle Davidson at the Davidson Agency, your trusted choice.
There's nothing more important than our children. That's exactly why the Lion's Den was established in Minneapolis, so the kids could get together in a clean and healthy environment to have fun. It's a great place to party, the Lion's Den, downtown Minneapolis.
Eagle Communications, home of ECTV. high-speed internet, 910 KINA, and 99 KG, a proud sponsor of tonight's hometown coverage.
Welcome back to the Saline Bicentennial Center Blue and Gold Classic here as the Minneapolis Lady Lions trail by a score of 64-54. As I'll have to wait and see how much time's left, but 2:39 left to go here in the ball game.
It ain't over yet. It's not looking very good, but it's not over yet.
And Minneapolis down 10 Southeast with the ball. Rosner will play it in for Southeast.
Sacred Heart girls and boys have already advanced to the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
both defending champions of the tournament.
Rosner out front. Russell with the ball. The entry
Nice
pass
steal.
to Frost is stolen by Shoemaker. Now off to Page.
Oh! And Page is going to get number 5.
She's not set, but that's not a good.
And that is 5 on Kelsey.
Not a good deal. Now we go a little deeper into the bench.
Well, no, they've got 4.
That's good.
I'm glad I'm wrong.
I'm glad you're wrong.
I'm
Rosner
too,
with the ball off to Knox. Close to being backcourt. Frost on the baseline, jump shot. She has 33 points.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we can.
Half their points.
I bet we guard her next time a little bit different. Spin move.
No. Nice shot, though.
Carried the ball, they say.
Well, they're letting Coach Sager make the calls from the bench because that's what he was motioning for the ref, and I just don't like the refs the way they go talk to all the Southeast
Nice
people.
job by Shea there.
Knox, shot, no good. Frost over the back, no call. Stick back.
And Southeast calls a 30-second timeout with 1:43 left.
I think Coach Weatherman has seen quite a bit of it too and is wanting to talk with his young Lions. And we'll take a quick timeout too. 1:43 left in this contest. Southeast 68, Minneapolis 54.
Welcome back to the Saline Bicentennial Center here as Dale Leach, Mike Perry, myself, Scott Oshman as the Lady Lions had the ball with 1:41 left in the ballgame.
Page, Frazier, Shoemaker, Crossan, and Baker for the Lions. Page, three-point shot off the front of the rim, no good, and Frost with another rebound for Southeast. Now Russell in the backcourt being hounded by Crossan. Good defense by JC. Down the wing, Sager. Now Rosner with the ball on the baseline. Off to Frost, jump shot. Good.
Oh, gosh.
37 points.
Shea had a hand in her face, and she still got it off.
She gets the ball in within 6 foot. It's money.
Wasn't a foul there, huh?
3-point shot, no good.
Nice
Frazier.
rebound by Frazier.
Shot
Yes,
it up and in.
nice job,
She's
Kara.
fouled
Or Kara, Chris is.
by Wells.
No, I just screwed up on that one. Nice shot by Frazier right there.
Kara.
I'll tell you, it's,
And she'll go to the free throw line for the and one. Minneapolis 56
What
points
is-
in this.
what is sad is I even wrote it in the book wrong. Misses the free throw.
Frost
though.
with the rebound.
Frost dribbles out of there off to Sager. Now Russell in the backcourt. Being hounded by Crossan. Minneapolis with a good showing here. 35 seconds left in this contest. Now Frost jumps shot.
Nice. Oh.
She is hacked by Shoemaker, and that will be 5. Shoemaker had seen enough. She was not going to let her have another easy one. Frost will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Shoemaker makes her way to the Minneapolis Pine, the 4th Lady Lion to foul out in this contest.
Emma Giles in to replace her. 30.5 ticks left on the clock.
70-56. Frost to the free throw line. Deja Martin reporting for duty. First time tonight. And Kara Frazier will go to the bench. 30 seconds left in this contest. Frost at the free throw line. First throw is good with her 38th point of the evening.
Do you think that Coach Sager's just trying to get her to have the most valuable player?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So.
And
no brainer there.
There's no reason to leave her in otherwise.
No, there's.
Oh, hey, with 30 seconds, that's really wide of him. So that's nice.
What of him?
I didn't hear that. I did not hear that.
Can't be any worse.
Page in the backcourt. Shot no good.
Nice
Baker
rebound.
with the rebound. Shot
Nice
is up
job.
and in. Riley Baker handy in the spot right there. Oh, Page with the steal is fouled by Russell. And Kelsey Page will go to the free throw line. Russell's 5th foul, I believe. No, her 4th. And Kelsey will get 2 shots here. As Russell tried to get the ball back, Kelsey with an easy shot was hacked by Russell. First throw on its way. No good.
Oh, yes.
A kind bounce.
Very kind.
Kind bounce goes in. And Minneapolis, a chance to score 60 points in this ball game does.
You imagine scoring 60 points and losing by 12 here. Never would have thunk it.
Well, we had 31 in the first half, so mercy. There's almost a steal by Page. Should have been a,
Timeout?
Nope.
She's been asking for it all night long. She
got it.
She has been asking all night long for that.
1.9 ticks left on the clock,
And
and she
you get a
picked up
technical
the first
foul.
technical foul.
We are going to shoot free throws as Russell is whistled with a technical foul.
What did she do?
Southeast.
I think she said something.
Oh, okay, it must have been because I didn't see any physical activity.
Oh, I thought I saw her say "nice fat referee," but that wasn't quite what.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. What is worse than what I had to say? Now I'm just.
Here, I make a sexist remark the other day.
Page at the free throw line will get
Jeez,
2.
oh Pete.
Nope,
God, these
from the
sakes, that
rim,
just
no
hurts,
good.
guys.
Scott's a racist, and Mike's picking on the fat people, and I object.
I'll tell you,
well, when those black and white stripes stretch that much, it's got to be something. 61-72. Minneapolis still in this game, and will play it in as Baker will play it in for Minneapolis. We've got to shoot quick. Page takes one dribble, lets it rip. It'll count just off the rim, and Minneapolis with a heck of a ball game here against a pretty experienced Southeast ball club. Scores 61 points in a losing cause. What a game, though. Minneapolis just able to really put the pressure on Southeast. I'll bet they had over 20 turnovers, and Coach Sager cannot be happy with that many turnovers. They quite a ball club. Stephanie Frost ends up with, what, 39? 38?
I lost track.
Like this, short people, you better keep your ears closed. You're going to be next.
No, Minneapolis with quite a showing here. We'll be back with some stats and some boys basketball here later on.
Hold on.
All I said was that was white.
The State Bank of Delphus and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks which offers traditional accounts such as checking, savings, certificates of deposit, IRAs, loans, and online banking. But most important, they're committed to making your banking experience as easy and as personal as possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
D&M Body Shop can repair any make or model of vehicle and make it look like new. They transform that ugly, messed up vehicle to its like-new condition. You'll be saying, wow, what a job. D&M Body Shop, Minneapolis, the very best.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for more than 80 years because they want to protect what matters most. Call Scott Osherman in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Minneapolis is a dynamic and growing community. The Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce support of the Minneapolis High School Lions sports programming is just a small part of what they do. Be a Chamber member. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
Since 1887, the Bennington State Bank has been your trusted hometown bank. For over 100 years, they've been in...
Welcome back, fans. We're getting ready for coaches chat here pretty quick, probably. We'll get Coach Weatherman out of the locker room. We'll go over some stats here.
Run down a little bit quickly here on the scoring for the Minneapolis Lady Lions. What really hurt us was by far the third quarter. Really hurt us. Shea Shoemaker basically sitting on the bench the entire third quarter. She did end up leading the way with 18 points. She had 8 points in the 7 points in the fourth quarter. So,
you're right. It was a critical time in the ball game, just the start of the second half, and either player, it didn't really matter. It just happened to be one of our best that caught the fourth foul right off the get-go, and it kind of was a turning point, I thought, of the game when she had to set.
Yeah. 9, followed up by 12 points by Kelsey Page. Kelsey had a good ball game tonight. 12 points. 9 by Kylie Gregg, all in the second quarter. Kylie had a great second quarter.
She carried us there for a little while from the free throw line. I was really happy to see us hit a few of those free throws there.
J.C. Crossan with 8. 4 points by Ashlyn Macy, 4 by Riley Baker, 3 by Allie Steinbrock, and 2 by Kara Frazier for the Minneapolis Lady Lions.
J.C. Crossan, the recipient of some really nifty passing by Page and Macy, and took advantage of the position she was put, the ball right in her hands, right? Nice little bunnies, knocked them down.
Southeast of Saline, 1 player in double figures. But it was 39 points.
But it was a ton.
Stephanie Frost with 39 points, followed up by 8 by Sadie Rosner, 7 by Christine Russell, 2 by Courtney Sager, 3 by Aubrey Knox, 3 by Shelby Sheets, 4 Brooke Wells, 2 Hannah Mortimer, 1 by Joey Platt, and 3 by Kaylee Rodriguez. All but 2 players of theirs scored. 10 players in the scorebooks. So 11 played.
Yeah, I was going to say they played at least 11, but and all played well.
Yeah. They can't take anything away. Now, if you take Stephanie Frost out of the equation, it's a different ballgame. She's a senior.
Senior leader,
and she showed it tonight. You can't take anything away from that girl right there.
She had a double.
And she had some composure.
Yes.
She really did. She had some good composure on the floor.
One of the best, no doubt about it, one of the best women players we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, probably only one better.
Sacred Hearts.
No, I'm talking about, what's her face who plays center?
Oldie.
Oldie,
yeah.
Okay.
Probably only one better.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
We've seen playing competition against Minneapolis in the last 10, 15 years.
She does play with composure, nice and smooth up and down the court, and really doesn't get frustrated.
Yeah. And Katie Pratt was good, but she could be had.
Yeah.
And Frost, you can't get her,
Well, Katie's game is 18 to 24 foot out on the floor, but Frost is right around the basket, and if she has her hands on the ball within 6 foot of the hoop, it's usually a basket.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. Normally you might see somebody's shot go awry every now and then. Hers are straight and true. I mean, she gets nice arch on them, and they just fall down the center of the basket. No matter what angle she's coming from, what direction she's shooting from, she just pops them in there.
I would venture she had 12 or 15 rebounds to go along with those 39 points, so double-double.
I just hope she keeps wearing purple next year. We'll find out.
You bet.
I haven't heard anything of where she's going, so.
Well, I don't know if we're going to have coaches chat tonight or not. We'll find out.
Well, we get one of the 3 referees.
We'll take a few more words from our sponsors here. See if we get a coach. Otherwise, we'll be back with the boys.
As we get a few more technical things worked out here, but as we get ready for a word from our sponsor. Minneapolis Lady Lions lose tonight by a score of 72-61.
You know, Scott, the Southeast Trojans got out to 12, 14-point lead, and then all of a sudden, Lady Lions just boom, 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 came right back and had it down to 8, 9-point lead again on that good pressure defense.
They did, but it was a little bit too late, and then we had a couple fouls, which set a couple more players down, and we go solid 7 deep. But it does trail off.
You get further than that, we get pretty thin,
yeah.
and that's just experience.
That
Those
is,
girls
that
will
is.
come around too.
That is. So.
You know, I was really impressed once again with Kelsey Page, her rebounding capabilities as a guard. She's strong on the backside, and you've got to have a good rebounder over there when that ball bounds over there on the other side. And she was capable tonight. I know I kind of bagged on her a little bit about missing a couple layups, but she dished well. She broke down the defense when she had to, and she scored some nice points on the backside herself.
Very strong player.
Good job rebounding.
You know, and I hate to look ahead, but I have in the past, and I will again. But you look at these girls. For a long time tonight, we played 5 freshmen on the floor, and held up to a very solid Southeast Saline team.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm extremely happy. I don't like to lose, but that was.
I don't either, but scoring 62 points against a team like Southeast, and you know, giving them all they want late in the game, and it was late in the game before Southeast was able to really take a breath.
Yeah. So.
Minneapolis boys are getting ready to take on the Sterling Black Bears, and Sterling possesses a little problem here as they have a 6'5", about 245 cat plays inside, and he is tough around the hoop. Plus, they've got a little 6'2" small forward that can just jump out of the gym. So I think one of our key issues will be to rebound and defend. And it looks as if we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the start of the boys' game here in just a little bit.